Coming up on the guest list, the cast of Party Down.
Brian, I want to start with you. I absolutely loved the first 2 seasons of Party Down. What did you guys love about making it that made you so excited to come back for season 3?
Oh my gosh. Well, getting to work with Jane.
Lizzie Kaplan. He came back for Lizzie and then was so disappointed when he found out.
We're going to talk about season 1 and 2. I think that was Dave's question first.
Never heard of it. This is a one-off. We've never.
Just getting to work with Ken Marino and Adam and Jane initially, and then Martin jumped on and Lizzie. That was the coolest. And then getting, forming that bond with him over the first 2 seasons and then waiting 13 years. So we all jumped at the chance to get back together because we just all loved it so much. I don't know if that answers your question.
Yeah. Do you want an answer or?
It totally answers the question. I too am devastated Lizzie Kaplan is not back. But Martin, who were you most thrilled is back or is joining the cast? Who do you love most on the cast besides you guys?
We have the most fun together, and I'm stuck with them, so I kind of have to say that.
Yeah, but other than that,
just watching Jane and Megan play on the few occasions that I got to just watch them improvise in a moment here or there. That's super fun. But it's such a talented cast; it's impossible to pick. Everybody's just really wonderful.
Yeah, you guys have so many funny people on the cast. Ryan, describe the humor of the show because it's so unique compared to other comedies.
Yeah.
Oh my gosh. It's all over the place. I mean, it's so dry. It's so big. Right. It's so weird.
You got Ken, very broad.
Yeah.
But still tonally, we get away with it.
Yeah.
He still feels like an authentic character. I honestly think
it's the weirdest thing ever.
Ken is
so funny.
I think he's the star of the show, to be perfectly honest.
Yeah, so there's so many different types of comedy in it, which I think is why it's so fun.
Yeah.
I totally agree. And now, Martin, the characters also feel so relatable because they're all chasing after their dreams, even though it's a comedy first and foremost. What do you want viewers to take away learning about following their dreams and all that jazz?
Well, seeing that this is an educational program, I'm hoping they learn math. Maybe they pick up a little bit of French, and not just foul language. I'm hoping that really they learn how life should be lived from these characters, because that's what we're trying to impart on viewers.
How life should be lived?
Yeah, this is how life should be lived.
Oh my God, it's kind of depressing, but...
Whoa, dude, judgment over here. Sorry about my friend.
We're friends?
Ryan, you talked about all of the different funny people. Describe the on-set experience, because it seems like, even just with you two, it seems like it would be hysterically funny.
Yeah, it's so cliche to say, we have as much fun as we do on set as we do off set, but it's really true. Martin even says even times when we are called for the day or where sometimes we show up and we'll stick around for a few scenes or whatever, just to watch and hang and have a blast. And everyone's just, it really is the most loose, fun set ever. And it's incredible to work on it, which makes it so fun to call a job, I guess.
Yeah, it's crazy that we get paid to do
it. Dream job. Thank you guys so much. I appreciate your time. Congrats on an awesome show. Zoe, I want to start with you. I love the first 2 seasons of Party Down. What did you love about watching the original that made you so excited to join the cast?
Well, many things. I watched that the first 2 seasons of Party Down while working at a restaurant. And I felt so seen by the show and less alone. Because it's a hard job and crazy things happen in the restaurant business and service industry. So I just love how relatable the show is. I think, the idea of pursuing your dreams and those dreams not necessarily coming to fruition is such a real theme of life. And, yeah, I just also was like, can I be a part of truly one of the funniest shows that's ever existed?
Yeah, I love that. Tyrell, who cracks you up most on the cast? Because there are so many funny people besides you and Zoe. Who do you think just really stands out?
That's an incredibly difficult question. Everyone is so hilarious. Ken was hilarious every single day. One of the funniest scenes I've experienced shooting a scene I've ever had was with Megan in this season. Ryan is hilarious. Martin's hilarious. It's everyone. That's my answer. Everyone.
Yeah.
It's a good answer. I think it works. Zoe, the characters all seem so relatable because they're all chasing their dreams. You kind of mentioned this a little bit earlier, but even though it's a comedy, what do you think viewers can learn about going after their dreams from watching?
Oh man. Well, I mean, I think what's so special about this show is that it's not just laugh out loud funny, but there's a lot of heart to it. It's so surprising watching the way this like motley crew cares for each other. And yeah, I think that, next to the vomiting and the pooing and the romance, there's also just like sad, dark things that happen. And so there's all these ingredients and I think audience, even though it has a lot of different elements to it, I think it's a mostly optimistic, joyful, hopeful show, weirdly. And I think when people watch it, they feel like, yeah, that I don't know. I think that humans are messy and thirsty, and we get to see the messiest, thirstiest people in action. And I think maybe one feels less alone when they watch Party Down.
Oh, I love that. And Tyrell, what would you say about the comedy on this show? Because I loved how Zoe just described it as not laugh out loud, but it's very unique compared to other comedies.
It is. It's very specific, but it's no less hilarious. It's something that like it took some time to get comfortable in, like the being on set. And not to say that it was like bad or difficult, but it's striking that line where like everyone is completely earnest about everything that they're doing. And they completely care about their own lives, but like they're doing something that they hate actively all day long. So like
with people that they hate.
Yes, with people that they hate all day long. So it's the intersection of those things is where it's the sweet spots where the comedy lies.
I love that. Great answers. Thanks so much to both of you. Congrats on a very, very funny show. John, the first 2 seasons of Party Down were so funny. Describe the humor of this show, both the first couple seasons and now this one, because it's so unique compared to other comedies.
Oh boy. I think we in the first season, we actually came up with a nonsense word, crealism, which stands for comic realism, which I think is how we tried to explain it to, the cast and crew of what we were trying to do, so that it was, it wasn't a jokes show. It was kind of a characters and situations show. Comedy, I think, is as close as I can come to, giving you kind of a definition, because I think we spent a lot of time trying to find it ourselves, so I'm not sure.
Yeah, no, I bet. What did you love specifically about the first couple seasons that made you want to keep bringing it back for season 3?
It was kind of everything. It was a really fun show to write, because I think once we kind of figured out how to do it, being able to kind of, it's not the like really hard work actually of doing setup, punchline, kind of one-liner jokes or anything like that. It's much more character driven and it's much more situation driven. So, that was really kind of the sweet spot for me, certainly as a writer. And then the way that, it just kind of really came to life with this cast, who all not only kind of gelled amongst themselves, but also really kind of brought the characters to life in a way that kind of was very, very useful to me, in the sense that, suddenly I felt like, oh, we can kind of take them anywhere and do anything because, we kind of know who they are so well. So it became, a show that was both fun to write, but also kind of not difficult to write. We didn't have to kill ourselves trying to figure out what to do or where to go or anything like that. So, that was kind of a rare thing. And I think that's one of the reasons that we've, always been very eager to do more. It's just because, we like the show, we like doing the show, and, we have a great time doing it with these people.
Yeah, the cast, the people are fantastic. Who in your mind really stands out as like, oh my gosh, they take the writing up a notch to such a degree?
Oh man, I mean, this is like a pick your children kind of a question. I think they all do in their own ways, and I think it actually, you can kind of see it in how they evolve and how we write to each character over the seasons, just in the sense that, for instance, there's things that Jane can pull off that, you can write this insane stuff that she's still able to keep kind of very grounded in who this character is. And she can, go off in these, performance wise into these crazy places that, she never isn't totally serious. And then, the same, Ken is so good at, some of the more, just getting crushed, getting like, getting, abused and knocked around and, continuing on. And, I think that is even, and you can even see it in this season, is that, we kind of write to the things that we feel like they do so well. And so, poor Ken gets a lot of abuse this go around, but it's also, he's so good at it, and he's so good at capturing kind of the drive of this character to kind of keep going no matter what.
Yeah. Talk about that drive a little bit more, because the characters are all chasing their dreams, even though it's a funny comedy. What do you think viewers can take away about chasing their dreams, believing in themselves?
I mean, it's a good question, because I think at the end of the day, we always thought about the show as being the space in between chasing your dreams and either attaining them or giving up. So, I don't think that, one of the lessons of the show is that there's no lesson, that, there's good luck, there's bad luck, there's hard work, there's random happenstance, all these things that kind of, allow people to get the places that they want or prevent it. We were more interested in the things that are out of your control and the ways that you kind of live knowing that that's the case. I think that's one of the reasons we started the show with this idea that, Henry, who we always established was a talented, solid actor, had just made a few bad choices and gotten a few strokes of bad luck, and it didn't happen, despite the fact that he kind of did all the things that everybody said he should and succeeded at them. So that was kind of, what was the original inspiration for us, was not to do a kind of, A Star is Born kind of arc of somebody who puts in the work and, works super hard and never gives up and then achieves success. We wanted to write about the people that don't. And, the feeling of waiting for something to happen.
Thank you so much for your time. I appreciate it, John. Congrats on an amazing, hilarious show.
Oh, thank you so much.
Everybody's obviously really excited also about the return of Party Down. What can you tell us about that show coming back to Stars?
Yeah, that starts on February 24th, and I hope people love it. It's definitely Party Down. It's the same group of people. Same writers, directors, everything. I think people are going to love it. If you loved Party Down in the first place, you'll love the new season.